Good morning, gorgeous people. How are we doing? Say hello as you hop on and join me. I am just going to get the video up so you can find it. Let me pin it to the top. There I am. So, morning. Hope you are having a gorgeous week, and I hope you're enjoying the retreat week and managing to get some value from it. I like to put as much effort into these things as possible. So it really is my intention that you come away from this week feeling a little bit more empowered, a little bit more restored. I was going to say installed, restored, and a bit clearer on what are you working towards in 2023. So let me see. I just saw a few comments come through. Hi, Melanie, gorgeous. Oh, Gabby, I hope she's okay. Sending love. Yeah, hope it's nothing serious. So, today, I wanted to... Hi, Louise, gorgeous. Lovely to have you here. I wanted to take you through a little exercise to help you take stock of where you are now. So we've spent the past couple of days really feeling into that abundance feeling and thinking about what is the ideal? What are we trying to achieve here? What do we want to work towards? But it's like anything, right? In a sat nav, you have to put where you are now so that you can see what you need to do to get to where you are. Oh, what a go. You know what I mean? So today is about figuring out what's your point A. Where are you now? So what I invite you to do is get a pen and paper ready. I'll give you a moment to go do that, because I don't know about you, but I feel like sometimes it's so much easier to see it out in black and white rather than trying to deal with it all in here. And there's also something very cathartic about the action of physically writing something as opposed to typing it. So I'll give you a moment. Go get a pen and paper. While you're doing that, I had a beautiful day yesterday. I just want to share. I had a beautiful day after being with you guys after the tech issues. We had a really fabulous session in Coaches of Ayurveda where we did some kind of business coaching, mentoring, looking at where people were in their business. Some people haven't started a business yet, but are looking to start it after they're qualified or get the foundations in place while we're going through the course. And it was so amazing to hear the beautiful things that people are bringing into the world in so many different ways. So we've got, one lady that is working to train up healthcare professionals anyway, and she's incorporating the modality she's learning as part of that, so that the people that are working in places like the NHS and social services are going to have more tools to pull on so that they aren't just relying on medication. I heard a really sad story the other day from someone who was really struggling with their mind, really struggling with being able to control their thoughts and their thoughts not being intrusive. And when they went to the GP, the first response they got was, here's an antidepressant. So, I just thought how lovely that she's actually using that knowledge and being able to share it in such a powerful way. We also have another lady. I could spend all day talking about this, so I'll be careful not to go on too long, but we also have another lady who is a yoga teacher, but she specializes in fertility and supporting women through prenatal and postnatal through yoga. And she's going to be incorporating the wisdom of Ayurveda around that. So the herbal knowledge, the self-care practices, as well as like we do a lot in Coaches via Veda around mindset and the coaching modalities and the coaching skills and helping people feel empowered. So beautiful. And there were so many others, like really diverse ways that people are bringing this wisdom in. Another lady is bringing it into interiors. So how you can create homes and interiors that are going to nourish your well-being. And I just, so excited. Anyway, back to what we're on to. Melanie, you're just back from the dentist. I hope it was okay. Not too bad. Hi, Fran. Gorgeous to see you. Hope you're doing okay. So, your pen and paper hopefully is now ready. What I invite you to do is divide your paper into, are we best off doing columns or rows? Let's do 4 rows. And you're going to title these rows. Hi, Beverly Gorgeous. Hope you're doing okay. Melanie, it was all good. Fabulous. So these 4 rows, I want you to title them. The first one is love. Second one is purpose. Third one is health. And last but not least is wealth. Okay, and then, so now you've titled those rows, I want you to have 2 columns in those rows. So you're going to have, and they're going to be titled point A and point B. Have we all done that? I would show you my page, but it's like really messy. And it's got notes at the top around other things I need to do. So hopefully 4 columns that say love, purpose, health, and wealth. And then 2 columns in those that say point A and point B. Are you all with me? Give me a thumbs up or a love heart or something to show me that you know exactly what I'm talking about and I'm not talking double Dutch or talking rubbish. Thank you. So before we complete it, let's just take a moment to make sure we're in the right mindset. Got it. Fabulous. So as and when you're ready, slowly closing your eyes and just bringing your awareness to that breath in the belly. Just allowing yourself to become present, letting go of any to-do lists or anything that's happened prior to this moment. And getting curious with the breath. Can you feel it quite deep in the body today, or is it more shallow? Neither one is better than the other. We're just seeing what's going on. Is that rhythm quite fast or is it quite slow? Is it quite steady? Is the rhythm quite keeping a beat or creating a melody? And remembering to let go of any judgment that you place on how the breath is. It just is what it is. We're just getting curious. You're not trying to change it or make it into anything else. And now consciously releasing any tension that you're holding in the body. Perhaps softening across the brow, around the eyes, loosening the jaw, allowing those shoulders to melt away from the ears. You may even want to bring your shoulders up a bit higher, then allow them to drop. Taking in a nice deep breath and letting that go with a sigh. And doing that one more time. But as you let this one go, releasing anything that's not serving you right now, any other tensions you're holding on to, just allow them to be released. And as and when you're ready, slowly opening your eyes, coming back into the room, back into this space. Oh, I feel a bit better now. Hope you do too. Didn't realise I was tense, but it's amazing, right? When we check in and go, oh yeah, I am holding on to a bit of tension. So let's figure out what we've got to put into our sat nav. So looking at point A, this column of point A, what I invite you to do, and remembering that kind of not getting pulled into the toxic masculine or getting pulled into the toxic feminine. And what I mean by this, if you didn't see yesterday's, is when we're in that toxic masculine energy, we can come at things from a place of comparison with other people, of competition, of keeping up with the Joneses, of following someone else's ideas of success. We don't want to get pulled into that, right? It's about us and what we truly want and what we truly desire. But we also don't want to get into the toxic feminine, which is this pity party and poor me and, you know, I feel so sorry for myself. We're not going to get pulled into that either. This is about just looking at it from like a really objective lens. What are the things that feel really important to note down? What are the things that feel, what's the word that I'm searching for? Prominent, I suppose. As we go through this exercise, just what are the key points? Not getting dragged into the story around the why and whose fault it was, or blaming or shaming. Coming at it like we do with the breath, from a place of just being curious. Just being curious. This isn't about being bad or wrong, or we're just getting curious. Hi, Kate Lovely. Gorgeous to have you here. So, looking at the box, that's point A under love. And when I say love, this doesn't have to be a romantic love. You know, that could be something you want. It may be something you don't. So don't feel like it's got to be in that category. But for me, when I feel or when I think about love in my life, yes, I think about my husband. Of course I do. But I think about my kids and I think about my friends and I think about my gorgeous clients and, you know, all of those people that allow me to experience love, as well as the world, nature. I feel love when I'm in nature. So this is about getting really clear on what's your current experience, what's currently going on in your life that would be in that category. The good, the bad, the ugly, but from a place of being objective around it. So we're not getting pulled into the story. What are the key points? The things you're happy with, the things you're not so happy with. It's really annoying doing this on Facebook Live because if I play music in the background, the videos tend to get banned, but I feel like we need music. So feel free to play music in the background if that helps you with your writing. I know it does for me. Where are you now with love? So to help you with this exercise, I'll just share some of the things that came through for me. So I'm really happy with my relationship at the moment. However, I know that actually we could be making a bit more of an effort. So what I mean by that is, especially before COVID, we would have regular dates, even if those dates were like inside, like at home, we would make a point of making it really special. And thinking about it, we do that just not as regularly now. And I think we got out of the habit during COVID because probably because we were in each other's space like constantly. So that's something that I can see at the moment. One of the other things is actually I want to have more regular quality time with my kids. I have lots of time with my kids and we do have snippets of quality time. But life has felt a bit busy recently and I think that's kind of slipped off the radar. So I think I'm going to have to start thinking about what that looks like going forward, how we can keep that alive, how we can make sure that's prioritized as a family to spend that really good quality time where we're having a laugh and doing something fun and connecting. Especially where, my eldest is turning 18 next year and my middle one is turning 17, and I'm very aware that, they're be flying out into the world soon. So I want to get as much quality from our time together as possible. Also with friendships, I feel like I've got some really beautiful friends, like really fabulous friends. But I know we tend to be the sort of people that are really busy. So many of them have got businesses or, they work long hours. And so us finding time to actually schedule stuff in and stuff has been a challenge. So again, I need to make that a priority. I need to reevaluate that. there's some friends that we do this effortlessly, and then I've got other friends where we're almost like ships in the night. Do you know what I mean? It kind of, life's just got in the way. Oh, 1 minute, my thing's gone off, so I can't see who said what. Let me have a look. Yeah, and lots of people have been poorly recently, right? This has been a really tough winter with the germs that have been going around, the viruses that have been going around. So that's been getting in the way. We've had similar things, actually, thinking about it in our friendship group. Lots of people have been, you know, we'd arrange something and then have to cancel because someone's poorly or the kids are poorly. You know, poorly kids happens a lot, right? And Melanie, loving self first. Fabulous. So I would love, and you've kind of jumped in with this, I love this. So I would love for you to share something that came through for you as you were thinking about this, something that, you know, something that perhaps you want to change, something that isn't feeling so good in that area that you're acknowledging that you want to do something about. I'll give you a moment to do that. I think there's a power when we put it out into the ether, right? And share and say, no, do you know what? This is where I am and I'm going to do something about it. There's power in just decision. I have to admit my coffee's a bit cold because I've been working, forgetting it was there. And then I just went to take a sip and thought, oh, need some ice in that, you know. So as you're thinking about that, let's move on to the next one. Point A for purpose. Oh, actually, should we do this? No, scrap that. What we're going to do is move to point B for love. So how do you want that to be? How do you want it to be different at the end of the year? What do you want to be, you know, what change do you want to see? And be as specific as you can around this, because it will really help with you starting to put things into place and starting to take action around these things. Melanie, I love that. So pleased to hear it. Melanie, you're missing others in life can make you understand to be happy. There is one person, and that is so true. Yeah, if we're doing everything for everyone else, it's no good for us. And our relationship should go both ways, right? It should be a support for us as well as us supporting the other person. So what do you want to be different in 2023? And when you say, I'm going to be more selfish and put me first, how? What does that look like? Be as specific as possible. So I'll tell you, I just need to finish one more thing I'm writing down. So real tangible things I'm going to be doing differently in 2023 is going to be bringing back the weekly date nights. So, you know, even if that date night is us putting time aside to watch a movie, having a gorgeous meal at home, and, you know, see where that goes. Who knows? Without going into too much detail. Then I want to be bringing back, we used to do family game nights. I don't know if anyone else does this. So where we would play a board game one night. And so we'd do things like we stopped playing Monopoly because it used to get a little bit too competitive. But we would play things like Monopoly, Cluedo. What was that one called? Shut the Box. Has anyone ever played that? Or just like cards or something. And we used to have a really good laugh together. And sometimes we'd do a bit of, not kind of glamorizing gambling or anything, but we used to like almost do bets, but with like things that person would have to do. Or so like the winner would get no chores for a week, or the loser would be cooking dinner for everyone for the week. So, there was this like real good kind of fun energy about it, and everyone used to really enjoy it. And it was something that, the 18-year-olds and the 7-year-olds used to love at the same time. So that's something we used to do. So I want to bring those back. Also, one of the things that makes me feel a little bit sad is we used to do, Sunday roast. But then my older two got jobs, and so ended up working most Sundays. My husband now works on a Sunday. So it's just me and the youngest. So I was thinking we need to have like one night a week or one day a week where we can have like a proper nice meal together. And when I say a proper meal, I mean like 3 courses, you may as well really go for it. So that we can really enjoy that time together and to me, there's something really beautiful about just sharing a gorgeous meal with your family. So yeah, I'm going to have to think about that. We might have to move it. Saturdays are probably not going to be good, but I'll check in with them and see when's going to be a good time to bring those back. And with my friends, scheduling in like a monthly event that we can all go to. So that might be a spa day, a cinema day, something, go on retreat, a weekend away, just something once a month so we can really make that time for each other, because, they're amazing. I love them to bits. So, as you can see, mine are really tangible, practical things I can start doing now, which I know is going to allow me to experience more of that love this year, to be more mindful with the people I love this year. So I would love to know, what else are you doing? What are you going to do this year? Fran, I would love to have more love and kindness for yourself. So how? So what I would do, because having more love and kindness is a beautiful thing to say, and it's a very difficult thing to remember. So I know when I was starting to develop my self-love and self-compassion and kindness, I would do that by, booking regular massages, arranging to go on retreats. I would have regular retreat days I used to go to. I would treat myself to that class that I've been wanting to do, or for me, it's generally classes. Honestly, it's my biggest expense is like coaching and training, and because, I just love it. It fills me up. Or that thing that I wanted to buy, or, it doesn't always have to be something you buy, but what is the reminder that you're being loving and kind to yourself? Something really practical that is that constant reminder, yeah, I'm loving myself. Yeah, I'm loving myself. Yeah. Do you see what I mean? So try and get specific. Rajaswari, who is my closest friend? Interesting. I have a few close friends. One of my closest friends, I won't give her name, but was someone I used to work with, and yeah, she's a beautiful human being, and yeah, she also challenges me. and is very honest and very authentic, and will call me out on my BS if, I've got stuck in some kind of story in my head, or, I'm in pity party mode or something. She's like, she pulls me out of it in a really beautiful way. She's also there if I just need a hug and a moan. But at the same time, she won't let me self-sabotage. She won't let me, lower my standards of who I am. So she's really beautiful. I've got another really close friend who is a Zen teacher, and I met her through her trainings, and her work really transformed my life. So I'm just so lucky, if I'm honest. I'm really, really lucky with the people I have in my life. But they're two of my closest friends, two of the people that I feel I can be completely vulnerable with. And that's a sign of a true friend, right? Where you can be all of you and it's all good. Melanie, parties and fun. Oh, I love that. Fran, you're very self-judgmental. Okay. So what's something practical that you can do to help you get outside of that? So if I was thinking about self-judgment, I would be thinking about, personally, like I would think about joining meditation groups. I would be thinking about going on retreats. I would be thinking about practices that I was going to put into my life on a daily basis so I can move myself past that. So, my journaling is a really good way that I can shift my mood and mindset. I can coach myself through my journaling. And, if you don't know how to do that, there's 1,001 ways to learn, right? And, my website is filled with it. So feel free to have a look on there. But there's also so many other ways that we can pull ourselves out of self-judgment. But it's that having the commitment to it. It doesn't fix itself, right? We have to physically do something. So I would have a think about what are you physically going to do to tackle self-judgment this year. Okay. So if you haven't got some really practical things that you're going to schedule in, and I know it's boring, but try and think about timelines. When are you going to do that? How often is it going to be? Because actually, if you can get those practicalities in your head, you're more likely to do it. You're more likely to actually stick to it. There's like a deadline you're creating in your head. So try and break it down as much as you can with as much detail as you can. And if it is something quite intangible, like self-love, I would be asking myself, so what practical things can I do this year to improve my self-love? So that might be practices that I'm doing on a daily basis. It might be courses that I sign up to. It might be retreats that I go along to. It's starting to really think, what's a practical way to tackle this? As if you were dealing with something, really tangible, like paying a bill or buying a car. We don't just sit there and go, I want to buy a car, and then just wait for it to come to us, right? We've got to go out and do the stuff. So coming on to purpose now. Oh my God, time is ticking on, isn't it? In terms of your purpose, and what I mean by purpose, this doesn't mean that you've got to have some gigantic business or that you need to be changing the world in a really massive sense if that doesn't feel right for you. You don't need to be opening up orphanages if that doesn't feel aligned to you. But what's driving you when you wake up in the morning? What is that thing that fills you with passion and excitement and makes you want to get out of bed and go do something? Or, there's many times in winter when I wake up and I think, So once I've tried to tap into gratitude for waking up and being alive, there might be other days where I'm like, can I go back to sleep now? But then I think about what I get to do as a job. And then I'm like, oh yeah. So then I get up and go do it because I'm excited to do it. There's purpose to my life. There's something that fulfills me. There's something that allows me to contribute to the world. Where are you with your purpose right now? When I say your purpose, it doesn't have to be one thing. So something that drives you, something that fuels you and allows you to feel like you're useful. We all need to feel useful, right? And again, thinking about the things that you love and the things that perhaps aren't feeling quite great right now. So there's always both, right? And we're looking at this, no judgment, just where am I now? Melanie, helping others. How? Get specific. We're not going up here. We're going, try and drill it down as much as possible. So I'll give you an example. So I love my business. I love what I get to do. I love that I have this community. I love that I have my different programs that I'm running. But one of the things that I know that I really want to do more of is that, and especially after yesterday really confirmed it for me. When I was talking to my coaches of Ayurveda, I'm feeling this real pull. Actually, there's a couple of pulls I'm feeling at the moment. I'll tell you about the other one. It's not really relevant to my business, but I'll tell you about it. I'm feeling this real pull at the moment to look at how I can support healers to really own their worth. It is something that I'm seeing time and time and time again. So healers undervaluing themselves, undercharging for their services, but also running themselves into the ground in the process of doing it. And then they're wondering why they don't feel like they're delivering their best, or they're struggling to pay their bills, and it's something that within me I can feel this like fire growing of, oh my God, it doesn't have to be this difficult. You get to have both. You get to be purpose-led. You get to have abundance. You get to have the two. It's okay. No one said that because you're a healer woman, that means you have to give up all worldly possessions and any chance of having a decent life. No. You're doing some of the most important work in the world. Of course, you get to be rewarded for that. So sorry. You can see passion. There you go. You can see me getting passionate about it. So it's something I'm feeling more and more strongly that I really need to help people with this, because it's painful to watch people wearing this kind of martyr badge as healer women, feeling like they're not allowed to actually have the lifestyle they deserve, the energy they deserve, the time they deserve, and the money they deserve. Of course they deserve money. And, you give services away for free and people don't value it. I say as I'm running a free event. But generally, if you're undercharging in the world, people won't be valuing the amazing wisdom you're giving them. Anyway, sorry, I'll get off my soapbox, but you can tell I'm really passionate about that. So that's going to fuel me. That's going to, make me want to get out of bed in the morning, because it's something I can get really behind. I feel that fire in my belly. The other thing that I feel more and more called to support with is, and it sounds a bit, I don't know, it sounds a bit strange, but I keep having this vision when I've been doing my work of like my visioning work, of me supporting people in kind of end of life. So that transition, and I'm trying to work out what that might be and how that might look. And so, yeah, I've got in my head the word death doula. So, how you have a birth doula. This would be kind of someone to support you through those final times. I feel like there's some calling coming through around that. So, yeah, just to share, that's a couple of things that are coming up for me at the moment when I think about my purpose. Melanie, helping others and holistically. So what I mean by detail behind it. So try and get into how you're doing that currently. What are the things you're focusing on? Do you like the way you're doing it? Is there other areas that you feel this kind of pull towards, that another modality or another niche that you want to focus on? So often with holistic health, it helps if we have niches, right? So that you're talking to a specific audience. So that could be, I've niched many of my products around things like menopause or weight loss or autoimmune disease, or, so see if we can get into that detail of, are you loving how your purpose is playing out right now? And if so, fine. But is there anything else? Is there anything you're feeling called towards, or to do differently or do bigger? How can you expand that if that's something you want, or rein it back if it's becoming too much? I was talking to one of our coaches for Ayurveda yesterday, and she was saying, I'm just so tired. I've got no energy but I really want to be pushing my business forward. And then I was like, so what are you doing? What's going on? She was like, well, I'm running these workshops, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. And I'm working in a paid employment. And I was like, whoa, no wonder you're exhausted. So, sometimes we have to go, right, perhaps I just need to lessen that back a bit and just focus on this. So really get into the detail of this. If you are sat there thinking, I don't feel like I've got a purpose, or I don't feel like I have that in my life, then start thinking, what might that look like? What would feel really good? What are you passionate about? What do you care about? What winds you up? That can be a really good question to ask. What really winds you up? Because that's often the thing that will drive what I go towards, because it's like, I feel that fire then of, oh my God, we could help this, we could do something about this. And, I had too many friends and too many people around me that were just telling me about the terrible experiences that they were going through with, and no offense to the NHS, let's be real, it's completely under-resourced. People do not have the time they need to actually treat people properly. And then people are just ping-ponged around. And then half the time it's just take this medication, which causes more problems, right? Not always, but, So that was winding me up. I had to do something about it. I had to, not only for my own health, but give people options, because I didn't want anyone to experience what I'd experienced with my bad health. and feeling like I was getting nowhere in the NHS for 2 years. Despite so many beautiful people that really did want to help. Fran, when you were nursing, you felt really passionate about end-of-life care. Yeah, it's something that keeps dropping through for me at the moment. Yeah, I need to spend some more time thinking about what I'm going to do around that. But yeah, I think that's on the cards for 2003. So this purpose, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be your job. It might be something that it might be a volunteering work that you do once a week. It might be just the way that because do you know what? I know some amazing women that are like stay-at-home mums, housewives, and that is so their purpose. Do you know what I mean? The way they do it, it's, they do it with such love and presence, and like they care about all the details. Yeah, I'm not very good at that. But, for someone else, that might be their purpose. That might be what fills them up and allows them to feel, satisfied and fulfilled and, here for a reason. So, I'm waffling on and we're running out of time. So, what are you going to do? So looking at point B now, what's going to change in 2023? What do you want to see differently in 2023 around your purpose? Where's the meaning coming from in 2023? What impact are you having? How are you contributing? How are you feeling? I was going to use a word then and it's the wrong word. I don't know, useful. For me, that's the word that comes through, but I'm a Pitta woman, so it's all about using, something being useful. So how are you impacting the world? And again, as much detail as you can. So real practical things that you can go action rather than something that's quite big picture. Try and think of actionable steps. Try and bring it down. So Melanie, what do you want to see differently in 2023? I have to think what year we're in around that. Or there might be nothing. But, is there anything you want to do, see, feel differently around it? Is there any changes you want to make? Okay, we're going to have to crack on. So let's move to point A around health. Being really real, what is your current state of health? How are you feeling around your energy levels? Is there any conditions going on at the moment? How well are they being managed? What are you putting into your body? How are you moving your body? All the usual things. What is your current state of health? Good, bad, all of it. Oh, Melanie, maybe self-help stress groups. Love that. Great idea. Fran, it's pretty mediocre. What, health? Is this health or purpose? Let me know. Again, get into as much detail as possible. Do you know the irony is I'm not a detailed person at all. I'm all big picture, which is a nightmare when, when I'm the manager for someone and they're a detailed person, I tend to do their head in because I'm like, I need this doing and this doing and this doing. And they're like, yeah, but what about X, Y, and Z? So I need detailed people around me because I forget the detail. But when it comes to this, the more detail we can give ourselves, the more likely it is that we can create really tangible change in our life. So try and drill down. Like I say, what are you eating? How's your energy? What's your, is there any pain in your body? How's your alignment? How's your, I hate separating it out because it's so interlinked, but your mental health or emotional well-being. Drill down as much as you can around all of it. And then, as before, thinking about all of that, what do you want to change? What do you want to be different in 2023? Melanie, menopausal symptoms, arthritis in knee and back. Fran, health, but I did have an injury over Christmas, but I'm improving and intend to get back on track. Fabulous. So what does back on track mean for you? And Melanie, when thinking about menopause, the arthritis, is there anything more that you feel like you could be doing or want to be doing to help support yourself with that? So, there's a number of different things we can do, isn't there? So, when it comes to menopause, I'd be thinking about, from an Ayurvedic lens, I would be thinking about all the other like normal things. So what is the state of my nervous system? What is the state of my alkali or digestive fire? What state of my liver? What is happening in terms of, I'm trying to, like, in my head, translate it into Western terminology. What is the state of my, how would you even say that in like Western terms? My body strength and cardiovascular system. So, and then once I've broken that down, I would then be thinking, okay, what do I need to change? What do I need to adapt? But that's obviously from an Ayurvedic lens. When it comes to menopause, those symptoms, yes, they're the result of the hormonal changes, but the hormonal changes were covering up imbalances that were going on before. So it's how can we rebalance the body? And arthritis, depends what kind of arthritis. Melanie, you want better health. Swimming, fabulous. Yeah, do you know, I've just signed up to like a dance, not dance workout, it's like a dance group, kind of freestyle dance group, because it feels fun. And just to shake up my routine a little bit. Literally shake it up. So what other things am I doing differently this year? What I've noticed, so I've got into like really not bad habits, but stale habits around things like my nutrition and eating, and it's all got a bit samey. So I want to kind of bring some life to the cooking again. So bring some variety to the level of nutrition that I'm giving my body. Yeah, I have the fruit and the veg and all of those things, but I feel like there could be more variety going on. So that's what I'm going to be doing. It's rubbish, think. I don't know what you mean, lovely. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Oh, it's 25 past. Okay. So finishing that up now. Where you want to be, what you want to change. You love dance. Yeah. So finally, wealth. What do I mean by wealth? I mean having the resource, the energy available to go do what you want to do. Because, you know, even if you look at your list, you might be thinking, God, I'm not even going to have the money for this. You know, once I pay for the retreat days, all of these courses, all of the, what else have I got on my list? I'm trying to think. You know, my big purpose work, that costs money, right? Although I get money for it, I also invest a lot of money in my business. So, how are you making sure that your state of wealth is healthy? So taking a moment to just consider, what is your current state of wealth? You don't need to know your exact net worth. If you do, you do. And as we're running out of time, you may have to finish this one in your own time. But starting to think about, in point A, you know, what's your current state of worth? So what big assets do you own? What investments do you have? What money do you have in the bank? What savings have you got put aside? You know, and this also goes the other way. If you've got debts or, you know, anything you owe, how does that correlate? Because the truth is, you know, being in a crappy financial situation makes you feel crappy, right? I remember when, like, I had a time in my life where my money was like all over the place and I was crap at managing it, and I was always worrying about it, and it was draining. It felt so heavy and so draining and so consuming. Like it was taking over every element of my life, and I was feeling anxious about it all. So starting to think about this, what's your current state of wealth, health? And what sort of things do you want to do differently in 2023? So it might be about changing the amount that you're bringing in. It might be about, so when I say that, I mean like increasing what money you've got coming in. It might be investments that you want to make. It might be passive income streams you're thinking about doing. So when I say passive income streams, there's many different ways that we can do that. But, you know, some of the more accessible ways, I suppose, are things like second properties, Airbnbs, you know, for those that have an online business, things like affiliate marketing. And there's just so many. For you, it might be having, I hate the term, but like a side hustle, a little extra something on the side that can help support your income. Whatever it is, what is it you want to see differently in 2023? How do you want to manage your money differently in 2023? Like, one of the things I always try and do each year is increase the amount that I give to charity. So as my wealth increases, the percentage of what I give away increases. And I always spend time thinking about, what is that charity this year? What feels really important to give to this year? And also researching that they are actually going to get the money and it's not going to sink into some kind of black hole somewhere in the ether. So how do you want your wealth to be in 2023? So, oh, Melanie, your body was rubbish. Your body is not rubbish at all. You going into the Vata phase of life, everything is up in the air. Like, we have so much time and patience for teenagers. Yet when we're going through the transition at menopause, it's like that gets forgotten somehow, that there's these huge changes going on. So be patient and kind with yourself. And it is possible. I mean, literally, my story. It is possible to sort out your health. So please don't write yourself off. That is the worst thing you can do. Okay, well, hopefully you're a little bit clearer on some actions that you can go start taking today. Go start putting into practice today to get arranged, and so you can get to the end of 2023 and have actually moved yourself into that place of where you want to be, closer to your vision, closer to the life you truly want to experience. Make sure to spend some time on this, then go take the actions. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, where we're going to be diving into a little bit more. Final day of the retreat. But reach out if you need anything in the meantime, and I'll be sending a little extra, as usual, to your inboxes. So watch out for that later on today. Take care. I will see you soon.